Hi everyone, it's Anne with a new project we've knit up and plied. This is the Pressed Flowers Shawl. This is by the designer Amy Christophers, who is a fabulous designer, can testify this pattern is really well written. This is knit in a slip stitch pattern. So it looks really complicated. A lot of people who see this sample are very intimidated by it and think, I love that, but I can't make it. Well, it's only one color at a time. It's not stranded knitting, it's not intarsia knitting. You are using one color per row and slipping the other stitches that you're not knitting. So in this case, we knit it using a background color of Plied. The background color of this one is Web, and 12 bobbins. So the 12 bobbins are what create the gradient look of it. So you change mini skeins to create this flow of color throughout. So you don't need to use 12 bobbins. You could use a solid color. You could use a couple skeins for your color. There are beautiful solid color versions out there too. But I think using the bobbins makes it look really special and also makes it very fun to knit because you want to get to the next color and see how it flows. So this is not a difficult project. I know you don't believe me, but it's not a difficult project. Once you get a hang of the chart, it is just the same chart throughout. So we also have kits of this one at String Theory. So you have the Web kit. You could also use 12 bobbins, even these 12 bobbins, with a different background color. So if you're interested in not using the gray, if you want something else as your background color, you can definitely come in and get bobbins to match whatever you have. This is another project where if you have a couple skeins of sock yarn, I think it takes about 600 yards of the background color. It's 3 skeins of Plied. It would be a skein and a half of 100-gram skeins. Another project where you could get bobbins to do the contrast color and use something you have, a solid or a semi-solid, for the main color. It's another project that would work beautifully with Harrisville Shetland for the background. Be absolutely gorgeous to use a tweedy Harrisville Shetland with the bobbins. So there are a lot of options for this one where you can use your stash, you can get part of the kit, you can get the kit with a different background color, you can come in here and find some other sort of yarn for your background color. I think it would just be a fabulous project for that. So if you still really want to make it, but feel still intimidated and don't necessarily believe that it's easy, and you're like, oh, it'd be easy for you and, Beth and Liz, but not necessarily me, I'm teaching a workshop on this. It's really quick. It's an hour and a half. It's a virtual workshop, so everyone can do it. And we are going to start it. And it involves a little provisional cast on, which can be like sort of intimidating to people, especially when a project starts with it. It can be like that impediment to getting started. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to start the chart. And once you work through one repeat of the chart, it's the same chart throughout. So in this workshop, you will learn all the skills you need to make this shawl. All you need to know how to do the workshop is like basic increases, knitting, purling. That's it. So anyway, stay tuned for news on the workshop. It will be virtual. Everyone can take it. It's an hour and a half, and we'll learn everything you need to know for this.